I know my country suffers from it. Now the another drama which was done by the English shows it's a Pilgrim's Progress is an old, quite an old drama which I have read long time back. But this is the real pilgrims. They have shown how a seeker goes into wrong ways, methods, and throughout they are very nicely brought in how even a Sahaja Yogi, while rising, falls into different pits. So it's a very good thing for you to know that if you are Sahaja Yogis, you should be very careful. And you should see that you don't fall into these pits and ultimately the ego and superego. In the West, the problem is more of ego, not of superego. And for ego, to accept that you have ego is the only way. And then it will drop out. If you know there is ego, ego will drop out. The simple thing is to know that you have ego. Ego of something. People have ego of any nonsense, you know. There was one lady very proud and egoistical. So I asked about her, what is the matter with her? Because she knows how to make dolls. Right? That should give you ego or what? I didn't understand that part. But this is what it is. Even for small things people have ego. And all this designing and all that is based on your stupid ego, which makes you buy all these things to show off your ego. So try to be humble. Humble and try to understand that all these worldly things, we are not going to take them with us. They are going to lie down. I am not saying you renounce. I am not saying you take sannyas. But you should know that the value of these things is nothing compared to you. When ego comes, this idiocy coming. You think by wearing something great, you are very much influence others. You may. But those who are influenced are another set of fools, I must. Once I was wearing a ring and I went to shopping in one of the places. And they were so respectful to me. I said, suddenly the shopkeepers, they never respect me because I'm an Indian. What has happened? So I had gone to a shop where the lady was known to me. She said, may I ask you, is this real? I said, what do you mean real? Is it a real emerald? Yes, yes. Very old for my family. Ah. So your family very rich? No, no. It was from my forefathers. I am just wearing that. My God, if it is real, what will be the price? I said, how will I know? It was bought long time back. I don't know the price. No, can you get me one? I said, why do you want to have it? You can have this one if you like. Like that, you know, a small thing makes them so that you are so great. It's not. What is the greatest thing in us is our spirit. The spirit that we have. And we should know that we should be proud of it, that we have got the spirit within us. And if you become proud, then you will not do nonsensical things. You are people who are all realized souls. And already you have crossed over this pilgrim's stage. You are much above that. Now, the greatest thing is to know that we are spiritual people. And as spiritual people, you even dominate me in a way. If you all desire for something, I can't get over it. I have to accept. I have to keep you pleased. Many things I am doing just because you want it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me because nothing comes over my head. So it's all right, whatever children want, let them do. But the one point is this ego has to be really under control. There's one little more point I want to tell you. because tomorrow I may not be able to say in Navratri, you see, I am bound by other things, is this. I wanted to talk to people who are married in Sahaja, especially to the ladies. I think some of them are extremely dominating and stupid. What is marriage? Marriage is honeymoon, as they call it. Honey is the essence and moon is the peace. Now, if the women are quarrelsome, fighting, sarcastic, it is absolutely a hell for man. Instead of there, if woman knows the essence, the honey, she should know how to please the husband, to bring peace in the family. Now, some of the husbands are drunkards or anything, not in Sahaja. What pleases the husband? You see, in a way, it's a trick. It's a trick of a realized soul. How to please others. What do we do to our husbands? Do we try to please? First of all, find out what he likes. My husband, I would say, he's gone away, thank God. He used to say you shouldn't wear any flower in your head. But in Maharashtra, all the married women are supposed to wear flowers. Since that day, I've never worn any flower in my head. It's all right, doesn't matter. He didn't know what I was. So he said, don't wear any flowers, I don't. Then he said, you must wear bangles, because he comes from a very traditional family. All my life I have worn bangles. It pleases him, what's the matter? Little things you do just to please him. Then he also starts thinking, what should I do for my wife? But first it must start from woman, not from man. Because women are responsible for the society. In the Western culture, they are not told what is their job is. Man's job is economics, politics, money earning. They have made a mess out of it, I agree with you. Quite a big mess. But your job is to make the society. And to make the society, first you must know how to keep children pleased, how to keep your husband pleased, how to help people. On the contrary, if you try all the time to dominate, that's not your job to dominate at all. Your job is to neutralize his domination by simple things. I'll give you an example. Thank God he's not here. He knows I am very clever in certain things. In his office, he had a gentleman. I never used to interfere with his office. But there was one gentleman, good one, who gave up his organization and joined another one. Because it was a private one, he was getting more money, so he joined it. But there he found it was horrible. So he wanted to come back to shipping corporation. But my husband is very particular about rules, regulations. No, now I won't have you, I don't want to see your face. Get out, this thing, that. So he came to me. Normally I never interfere. He came to me and he said, if you tell him, he might listen. I said, no, if I tell him, he will never listen. But I know how to do it. So I told him that this gentleman came to see me. So he's come to the right person. Now, are you going to trouble me about it? No, not me. But just think why he came to me. He said, why? Because he thinks I am more generous than you are. Immediately, this competition. And that fellow got the job. He was a great friend of his. Even in London, he was helping him a lot. So when we think that we have to control our husband, it's better to do it in a very simple way. Only on fundamentals you can put down your foot. Otherwise, for small, small things, if you go on dominating your husband, I tell you, you will miss the point. You are married for stupidity or for honeymoon. And in the West, especially in Italy, we have had very bad experience of women. English also, I must say. English girls also have given me a lot of trouble. I mean, they are banned now. Because why can't help it? One girl from Shillong, she was married to somebody in, sit down. She was married to somebody in USA. Imagine from that horrible Shillong, where there's every day at least 30 murders, she got such a good chance to go to USA. Of course, USA is also not a very great place. But she started behaving as if she is a childish person and talking to him in such a manner. He told me, Mother, she is a sadist. Whenever I telephone to her, she talks to me in such a sarcastic manner and this and that I am surprised. I said, a lady from Shillong? Can't believe it. Then he told me what she talked to him and how she talked to him. I was amazed. I mean, no man would be happy to hear all these things. But she thought she was very friendly and she was joking or something like that. This doesn't work out in marriage. Man doesn't want a wife to be on the horse and beating with a whip. Why has he married? For the happiness, for the joy, for the sweetness of home. It's a very important thing I wanted to talk, because so many of women are thinking that they are something great. Some of them have some money, some of them have some jobs. But first job is to keep the society very happy and to keep your husband happy is the first job. If a woman cannot keep the husband happy, she is no good for us. She is no good surgeon. This is a place like a man who is working in the office. He has to keep his boss pleased. If he doesn't please his boss, he is useless. He is thrown out of. In the same way, a woman has to think about the husband in a very kindly manner. Because this is her job. This is why she is married. Otherwise, she should not marry. She can do what she likes. It's a difficult thing to convince anyone. Because, you see, men are right-sided, they are hot-tempered. But I have told you just now how to capture their anger. I have seen also in the films, you see, all romantic scenes going on. It never happens. There's nobody is like that. You see, it's all absurd things you see. So you expect them to be Clark Gable or somebody. It's not. You have to love. You have to take your husband into your heart first. This is your duty. Otherwise, what else are you doing? I was shocked, a girl from Shillong, and this boy has said, Mother, you can kill me, but I will not have that girl here. But she is not joy-giving. It's a fact. So if your wife is like that, supposing, now I'm telling men, the trick of the trade is, if your wife is like that, try to understand why she does. What is her problem? Why is she dominating? Or you think she is dominating you. Most of the times, most of the men who talk, oh, wives are like these, wives, they are very dominating. Why she is dominating you? What's wrong with you that she is dominating? If you introspect, you'll find that you give very little time to her. Now the other part is, there was one lady, she wanted to have a divorce. I said, why? Because he goes to work all the time and he's not there and this and that. But I said, if you divorce, then you will never be with him. So why do you want to have a divorce? At least, at least he gives you some time. But if you divorce, then he'll never be with you. So why do you ask for divorce? I can't understand the logic. I mean, women should not be brainless, isn't it? To say such a thing. If you want to divorce your husband for this, it's absurd. Now, for men it is important that they should give some time, pay some attention, and get some things that they like. Now I'll give you again my own example. My husband never brought any flowers for me. You all bring flowers for me. But he never brought any flowers for me, whether it was birthday or anything. Then I realized that this man has no sense of flowers. He doesn't know what is a rose or what is any other flower. And he might bring something which is horrible, you know. Maybe cactus he might bring. It's better he doesn't bring anything, because that would be insulting, isn't it? And then one day he admitted, I don't know about flowers. Now will you tell me, except for roses, I don't know anything. And you will be amazed, even roses he misses out. So with such an ignorance of things, if your husband doesn't do, it shows consideration. But men should try to know what a woman likes, what she wants. Moreover, men have their own style of thinking. Now, to give my own example again, better is, he buys always very expensive things. So I've told him, don't buy anything for me. So, you don't like? No, I like it, but too much of these too expensive things, why should you buy? So he's very fond of buying this kind of sweaters from that Scotch house. Very expensive. They are 250 pounds each, you know. I don't know how many I have. How many in black? How many? I told him I'll get it from Switzerland. They are much cheaper there and all that. Then another is he wants to buy a Kashmir coat for me, always. I must be having at least 10 of them hanging. But he likes to give that only, all right. So I'm passing out them to my daughters, granddaughters and all that. So what to do now? You see, men, he doesn't mean anything bad, but because he doesn't know. First thing he did was when in India, before going to the puja, he went to buy a sari for me. One of my nephews went to him. So he says, give me the most expensive sari that you have. So these people thought somebody has come now. The shopkeepers could understand this gentleman doesn't know anything else. So they brought out a sari, said this is the most expensive. The price is 45,000 rupees in those days. So, all right, you give me. I have a card, will you take the card? Yes, we'll take the card. He bought a sari. It is so heavy that it was something, Bakhtar ko kya kehte hain अंग्रेजी? Bakhtar pehante hain na? That, what do you call that arm? You wear, very heavy. You know, I said, now what? He said, you must wear for the puja. I was walking like a giant, you know. That's a description of your mother is Ati Saumya Ati Raudra. She is extremely soft and extremely terrible. But I don't know with that sari how I sat. I sat in one place, glued down into that. Now to get up, I didn't know how to get up with that weight on my body. See? And Then I brought it and put it properly in a box. And this. So he said, when are you wearing that next? Now I said, please, I've kept it nicely for one wedding, I'll wear sometime. I promised him and kept it there. Because he doesn't understand about saris. I know he doesn't understand about saris. So if he doesn't understand, whatever he buys, I say, all right. And he spent so much money on those things, 45,000 rupees. But the sari upar se niche tak kitne bhari sari. So he doesn't understand what is real, what is unreal, nothing. Doesn't matter. You have to just see his heart, how he is giving. With what love he is giving. He doesn't understand. So what can you do, poor man, I always buy suit lengths for him or suits for him. I always, myself. Once he said, all right, I'm going to buy this time. I said, better buy. He bought such a horrible one. And he went to the office. And everybody says, sir, this is not your taste. So he threw it away. He said, I will never buy now again. You better go and buy from me. See, but the trouble is, if women take interest and know what sort of color he will like and this and that. And also public opinion is very important for men. First, what the public says. Like water color. How have you made this color? How did... He started looking at me. I said, should I remove it? No. It's very nice. Men care for public opinion very much. And you should see that you create a good public opinion in his presence so that he'll appreciate you. All these are tricks. See, I tell you, men are very simple. But you have to understand. Sometimes they get angry, it doesn't matter. Actually, if they are angry with somebody else, they will come and put it on you. It's better. Because if they do anything to others, they'll beat them. You are not going to beat. If you understand few things about men, it can work out. Of course, some are very miserable husbands, I know, and some miserable wives. For them, we have divorce allowed. In our Sahaja Yoga, we have divorce for them. So, that is the thing I wanted to tell you, that you should make a very good housewife, a very good Grihalakshmi. Now, why I am telling you this? That I am suffering from Grihalakshmi's chakra. And all the doctors have told me it is because the collective Grihalakshmis are not all right. Because they are not good housewives. Like, I'll tell you now, we have Swiss women. They are very good, I agree, but very fond of cleanliness. Swiss are mad after cleanliness. Women. You can't talk to them even for 5 minutes. If you are sitting there, they're picking up this, picking up that, cleaning. Very difficult. Swiss women. Now I was Eritrea. Alga told me that the women of Eritrea are known to be Swiss women. So, doesn't matter if the house is little untidy, there's something fallen off. In India, no woman will do that. Now the guests are sitting and she's with the hoover. Like another thing is, like anything breaks, say. Supposing a thermometer breaks in India, they'll say very good. Now there will be no temperature, thermometer is broken. But I've seen in the West, it's very surprising. Supposing some coffee spills, I'm a guest. Immediately they'll bring the hoover, bring something to clean it in the presence of the person. Now if a glass breaks, finished. It's not important. This is a very subtle type of materialism, I think. That the person is sitting there, who is a guest, and why are you trying to do all these things in her presence? Or in his presence? But this Western women never understand. Another thing is, now you go to an Indian house, their color scheme is different. If you go to South Indians, theirs is different. Everybody has their own taste. As soon as they will enter, Western women. What a color scheme, what a thing you bought, oh my God, this horrible. Immediately they will criticize on the face. So another point is that you must always consider the feelings of others. Woman is there to give proper understanding of feelings of others, what they think. Or they go to an Indian house which will be smelling of their food. They'll eat the same food. They'll enjoy the food, but they'll try to show that it is something lower. This is very Western, I must say. If somebody is wearing a dress, immediately they'll pass a remark. Very Western idea. You will not find good Indians doing that. I don't know about the modern Indians, what sort of things they are. But immediately they say things which will hurt. This is not the way a woman should look. On the contrary, always praise. What's the harm? By praising something, you are not losing your business. By saying, what a nice thing, what a nice sari, what nice clothes. What's the harm? You will enjoy your sweetness, really enjoy your sweetness. It's not telling lies, not to be that honest also necessary. Because you don't like something, you must say, I don't like it. This word has to go from Sahaja. I like this and I don't like that. If I saying that, how many will remain in Sahaja? So it's very important to drop this. I like it, I don't like it. Who are you to like or not like? What about your spirit? What about your heart? So again, the same thing comes to that women have to have a heart, very large heart, beautiful heart. And your Guru is a mother. So you have to be wonderful mothers and wonderful wives and should have very, very large. So that all this selfishness, even this bank will collapse if you do that. It is existing because we have small hearts. If you have large hearts, this will collapse, isn't it? I have said it specially because I have had many complaints about the women who are married here, some Indian women also. That's why I am telling you. Best reports are about Russian women, I must say. Very, very good reports about them. They are very satisfied souls. They want very little. They are not greedy. Surprising. Communism has done so much good to them. It's not communism, but the extremities of communism has thrown them into that area where they don't have any sense of possession. They don't have. Their government said, all right, you can have your flats and look after. So we don't want to have, you have it. Government servants were told that you can have your car. So no, we don't want. You better have. Because just to own the car is such a headache, they know. Let the government have the headache. They are not, sort of people who are even conscious of possession. Of course now, they had some funny people, I'm forgetting his name, who was finance minister you had. And he was in Geneva, where he learnt all the tricks of the trade. And he brought forth lots of reforms, so-called. So now Leningrad and Moscow have become very expensive places, thanks to Swiss influence. So this has happened in there also, but still the people are very good. And the ladies who come from them, even Romanian girls, are very much respected Now everybody wants Romanian or Russian. Or from Kyiv. But this time they didn't come. We are sorry they are not here. I'm missing them all. Lastly, I have to tell you that there's a very good book Arun Apte has written. This is the book. You all should buy it. I don't know what is the price you have put it. इसका प्राइस क्या लगा है? तो तुम बताओ ना कितना पड़ा इसको छपाने का? बताया नहीं, कुछ भी पता नहीं, बताया नहीं, तो कुछ तो प्राइस तो बताना पड़ेगा। हाँ, अभी सिर्फ 5 किताबें भेजी। क्या करें? अभी सिर्फ 5 किताबें भेजी। 5 आएंगी। All right. So those who want to have this book should apply. There are only 5 here. Very good book. So you'll understand about Indian music. It is said that this music has come from Omkara. And it is very sort of sensible music. Now, I think all those musicians who sang before, who were singing Western song, was all right. But what is missing in that melody? It's not melodious. You see, like a little bit you sing, then you sing this, then you shout, then you bring it down, then do like this. And they think that they have to sing through their heart. They have to express the feeling of their heart. Now supposing somebody is dejected, so he sings a song of dejection. Then another one who is talking about love, it sings song. He may not be, but artificially they want to produce that effect. There is no need to sing in parts like one word, then one word. There's no melody in it. There's no flow in it. And while Russian songs, though they were folk songs, were very melodious. But don't worry, Americans are invading that part also. They are having all this horrible music there. Now the music means it should please you. It should give you more entertainment, not to make you unhappy, not to make you sad. If you have all these feelings within you, then you should try to say like this, yes, there is problem, but I'll get over it. Because you are Sahajogis. You have to show the victorious nature of yours in your music. I am not talking about others. They go on crying, weeping and singing, but there is no melody, first of all. It is just part. Even the orchestra, I was never surprised. It all goes like this, ka, 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 then it goes ka, 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 ka. But Indian orchestra, you will see, is melodious. It flows like a river. So this difference is very bad. So I would request all the musicians who are singing, the singing doesn't mean that you use words which nobody can understand. Words must be clear-cut. And the melody must be there. Now in Indian ragas, there is melody, but words are not important. So you enjoy the tune and everything, whether you know the language or not, doesn't matter. So when you can combine melody with Western music, you'll see how different it is. And this book will teach you. This is a very good book which you should have, and we should understand that how the music can cure you, music can give you joy, what is the basic, the essence of music. And then you can flower it out. I am sure if Indian musicians take to Western music, will be much better than to Western music as it is. I can't understand. These people are so famous, and people think they are very well earning and all that. In America, anybody can earn like that. But to make it a proper music, I think you must have the basis of Indian music. Then you can expand it as you like. Now please try to buy this book to understand Indian music. There's no price set given, but it won't be much more than normal. So next time, I think for Diwali Puja, they might bring more. गणपतिपुरे
बोल देंगे ईश्वर,
हाँ?
उनको बोल देंगे दिवाली पूजा में भेजिए।
क्या करें?
नलगीर साहब को बोल देंगे दिवाली पूजा में भेज दिया।
अच्छा, I will try to get more of these, but this you must really read, because you will know what is the essence of music. All right? And lastly, today is the 4th day of Navratri, and they have given me some of them are names which are really horrid, but they must be people who have suffered so much, and they asked mother to kill those horrible Rakshasas. Now in a way, it all will kill in its natural course, I know that. If you people take to sense, because you are the ones who can do it. If you do not try to acquire things which you don't want, unnecessary things, if you try to reduce all these things and take to something natural and love the Mother Earth, I am sure it will work out. The Mother Earth herself will work it out. You know this earthquake. Now nobody is going in the church. I didn't do anything. It's the Mother Earth. Now nobody goes in the church. What? I didn't do anything. I would not. I was sorry for the art pieces gone. But see now how the nature is working out. Now Islamic people, these Islamic people from Indonesia onward, all these people are suffering from the smoke. I didn't do that. Because when you try to do something wrong, it comes back to you. Action as a reaction. So your faces should be sahaj. You should be sahaj. You shouldn't look like strained people. I can't understand. You are sahaj. And be in that sahaj mood. I'm sorry I have taken so much time, but tomorrow I won't be able to speak all these things to you. And you should try to think about that our mother loves me. She wants us to have a good family. She wants us to look after our children. So I have advised all the men as well as women. It's better to be henpecked, there's no harm. But henpecked doesn't mean they are henpecked. See, they are just to please your wife. What's the harm? But that doesn't mean if she dominates you. That's not like come to my father's house, I must go to my mother's house. All this kind of thing you should not permit. But women should also understand. Her family is more important than father, mother, even Mataji. Because I'll be only happy to see a happy family. So thank you very much.
कुछ क्षण ध्यान में बैठते हैं। Sit in silent meditation for a while.